a shocking separation has shaken the world of Formula One. Christian Horner has parted ways with his team, Red Bull Racing, after years of unparalleled success. This news has made waves in the world of motorsport. While some found this development surprising, others considered it normal. But one thing is certain: Christian Horner is no longer walking the same path with the Red Bull. Thanks to Red Bull Racing's great victories in recent years, Horner has engraved his name in golden letters into the world of Formula One. His personality and actions have had a significant impact on the sport. So, what are Horner's critical effects in Formula One? Let's take a look together. The spotlight in Formula One is always on the drivers. No one can argue otherwise. But there is one man who isn't behind the wheel. Yet, he is capable of determining the fate of the track and the competitors. His name, Christian Horner. Christian Horner was born in 1973 in England. As a young man, he was also a racer, but he quickly realized that his greatest strength wasn't in driving, but in the strategy behind the wheel. At the age of 22, he founded his own racing team, Arden International, officially named Arden Motorsport. The team was founded in 1997 by Christian Horner and his father Gary Horner, based in Banbury, England, and operates in multiple motorsport disciplines. The Arden team won the Formula 3000 Teams Championship in 2002, 2003, and 2004, going through a highly successful period. The main goal of this initiative was to focus on developing young drivers, offering a roadmap from karting to F1 in collaboration with the Young Racing Driver Academy. Heikki Kovalainen, Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly, Carlos Sainz Jr., and Daniil Kvyat are some of the prominent drivers who advanced to F1 from the Arden team. And the development that made him a historical figure. Red Bull, the #1 sponsor of extreme sports, purchased the Jaguar Racing Team at the end of 2004 and appointed 31-year-old Christian Horner as team principal. Thus, he became the youngest team principal in F1 history. Horner's arrival caused a shock within the team. According to Motorsport News pages and Horner himself, when he first sat in his office chair, factory employees reacted with, "Who is this kid?" Despite his success in F3000, Horner, at 31 and with no F1 experience, was considered a risky choice. Publications like The Guardian highlighted the appointment as surprising and unexpected. But the real surprise and unexpected moment would come a few years later, grabbing headlines around the world. At the time, Red Bull was criticized as being a marketing company lacking engineering know-how. Coming from Arden, Horner tried to fill these structural gaps. At the Melbourne Grand Prix, David Coulthard finishing 4th and Christian Klein 7th enabled Horner to start well beyond expectations and surprised many. By the end of the season, the number of points had tripled compared to Jaguar's total in 2004. This led to increased expectations of Horner. A new team, a young boss. No one expected them to win championships. But Horner's greatest victory came not in the garage, but at the desk at the strategy table. Having tasted success, Horner made a game-changing move the following year by bringing legendary engineer Adrian Newey from McLaren, laying the groundwork for future championships. This transfer changed the course of modern Formula One history. Horner said about Newey, "Without Adrian, this team wouldn't be a team. We provided the right environment for him, and he gave us the right vision, highlighting his importance to the team." Red Bull began to rise on the grid in 2009. On April 19, 2009, with the first victory at the Chinese Grand Prix by Sebastian Vettel, Red Bull was recognized as a race-winning team, boosting the team's confidence. This victory was a milestone that established Red Bull Racing as a real contender in Formula One. By 2010, competitors were taking them seriously. Horner and his team's miraculous touch. From 2010 to 2013, Red Bull dominated Formula One with Sebastian Vettel for consecutive championships. But this success didn't come just from the driver's talent. Christian Horner proved that with a united team spirit, a private team could beat factory teams. Team harmony, engineering strength, and cool-headed leadership. Horner balanced these three perfectly. The Horner era that began in 2005 started with doubt, but with his strategic leadership, adaptability, and unexpected performance, the perception shifted to the right man in the right position. What seemed like a risk at first turned into the driving force behind Red Bull's F1 legacy. OBE stands for Officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, a distinction awarded by the British royal family for significant contributions to the public, arts, science, sports, charity, or other fields. In 2013, Christian Horner was awarded the title of Officer of the British Empire by the United Kingdom, formally recognizing his contributions to motorsport. His team management skills were being acknowledged by the highest authority of his country. This must have been a great honor for him. Another area where Horner made an impact was during the hybrid era of Formula One. The Formula One hybrid era refers to the period starting in 2014 when F1 cars were equipped with electric motors and energy recovery systems in addition to traditional internal combustion engines. The aim of the hybrid system was to reduce fuel consumption, develop more environmentally friendly and efficient engines, and support performance through energy recovery. When Mercedes began to dominate during the hybrid era, Red Bull was far from the championship battle for almost 7 years. But Horner did not give up. He patiently built a new structure, and he witnessed the rise of a young driver, Max Verstappen. Red Bull identified Verstappen's talent at a young age and moved him from F3 to F1 in just 1 year. By promoting Max Verstappen from Toro Rosso to Red Bull just 4 races into the 2016 season, replacing Daniil Kvyat, they laid the foundation for his stardom. This move was said to be made to secure Max's long-term future. The mastermind behind this plan was, of course, Christian Horner. 2021 was one of the most dramatic seasons in Formula One history. Final lap, final corner, and Max Verstappen became world champion. Under Horner's management, Verstappen ended Mercedes' 7-year domination. The 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix was monumental. But the architect behind the scenes was once again Christian Horner. During the final race that would decide the championship, a crash between Mick Schumacher and Nicolas Latifi brought out the safety car. Horner decided to pit Verstappen, allowing him to switch to fresh soft tires. Mercedes, on the other hand, chose not to pit Hamilton, keeping him on old tires. This strategic decision left Hamilton exposed and handed Max the advantage he needed to win the title at the most critical moment. Red Bull broke records in the 2023 season, finishing with 860 points and achieving the highest success ever in a single season. Verstappen sealed his dominance with 3 consecutive titles. After this success, Horner was awarded a higher honor, Commander of the Order of the British Empire. This is a prestigious Royal British honor often given to top drivers or team leaders. With this high-ranking title, Horner showcased his power in the world of Formula One. Horner was no longer just a team principal. He had become one of the most influential decision-makers in F1. Red Bull Racing, which had achieved success with Japanese giant Honda, was now more than just a racing team. It was transforming into an independent tech powerhouse. Horner was at the heart of this transformation. This transformation was inevitable because Honda officially decided to leave F1 in 2021. Red Bull did not want to return to a supplier like Renault and rejected the customer team status. Therefore, they decided on a strategy to produce their own engine in a fully independent facility. Red Bull Racing is currently on its way to becoming a self-sufficient engine manufacturer. Competing under its own logo and technology in 2026 will be the team's biggest strategic milestone for the future. And of course, the mastermind behind this major step was again Christian Horner. But of course, the road to success was not always smooth. Christian Horner was active not only on the paddock, but also in media battles. The tensions he had with Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff, his rule disputes with the FIA, and his prominent leadership profile in Netflix's Drive to Survive series. He stood out as a strategist who skillfully navigated the gray areas of Formula One. His live verbal clash with Mercedes boss Toto Wolff still echoes. With his unique style, he garnered both admiration and hatred, a truly fascinating talent. Good times don't last forever. This phrase eventually came true for Red Bull team principal Horner. In December 2023, a female employee at Red Bull officially filed a complaint accusing Horner of coercive, harassing, and sexually explicit messages, sparking a sexual harassment investigation. Although an independent internal investigation cleared Horner, the incident led to internal tension, reputational damage, and staff departures. With the addition of Newey's departure and declining performance, speculation about Horner's future at Red Bull Racing grew louder. And at a moment few expected, Horner was dismissed on July 9, 2025, with a very brief and detail-free statement. This marked the end of a 20-year journey. With the performance record he left behind, Horner showed us that nothing is impossible. Sometimes the greatest achievements come not from those who speak the most, but from those who listen best. Christian Horner is a leader who proved this in the complex and competitive arena of Formula One. At just 31, he took charge of a brand new team formed among giant rivals. Everyone thought he lacked experience, but he had the foresight to understand engineering, patiently develop stars, and polish the technical intelligence behind them. He saw not only the present, but also the future. When he supported young Sebastian Vettel, no one knew him. When he backed Max Verstappen, his age was still being questioned. Horner allowed engineers to think freely, designers to push limits, and drivers to make mistakes. He believed that success grows through trust. Scandals, pressure, losses, many were experienced in the F1 world. But Horner always set his strategy by talking, not shouting. He remained silent in victory and stood tall in defeat. Today, if Red Bull is known as one of the most dominant teams in history, it's not just because of fast cars. It's thanks to a strong team culture built patiently by a visionary leader like Horner. Leadership is not shouting, it's guiding. And the most lasting victories are the works of the quietest, yet most patient hands. Christian Horner, the man who turned Red Bull from a beverage brand into a championship machine. One of the most successful team principals in Formula One history? Or does he still have more to prove? The decision is yours. Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.